Hey guys, it's me and today I'm here with a new reaction video for you guys, and today I'm going to be reacting to, I believe, is the second single from Dark Sarah's upcoming album called Grimm, and this is called All Ears. So I'm super excited about this because I wasn't entirely sure what Dark Sarah were going to do, because I know Golden Moth was like supposedly the last album for Dark Sarah's story, but apparently, according to what I read in the lyric video for, what was that song called? Let me see, I still have it on my watch later playlist. Melancholia. They're now telling a new story. So Dark Sarah's story did actually end with a Golden Moth. They're going to be telling a completely new story now. I wonder if it's going to take place within the same universe though. Because I mean, if you aren't familiar with Dark Sarah, their first 3 albums tell the story of a character, Dark Sarah, and how the story ends essentially is that the person that she has fallen in love with in like the underworld like betrays her. Betrays both Dark Sarah and Sarah, because Dark Sarah is an alter ego. The dragon betrays her and escapes the underworld and leaves her there. And that's how the story ends. But the thing is though, is that I remember reading somewhere of them hinting, like the band, or at least Heidi, hinting at the fact that like something else might be happening. So I'm thinking that although this is going to tell a different story, I think this is still going to be connected within like a universe type of deal. So it's not going to be some completely new story, but it's going to be a different story, if that makes sense. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to take place in the same universe, but I have a feeling that it might be centered around like different characters and there might be similar settings, but that's probably going to be about it. I don't know if the dragon is going to return or not, because I remember reading somewhere as well that JP, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because it is very Finnish. I remember reading somewhere that he became like an official member of the band, but I don't know if that's because the dragon played such a heavy role in Golden Moth. I don't know if he became a member specifically for that album in particular, or if he's actually going to play like a big role on this album. So we'll have to see, because I mean, like, the album isn't out till July 17th, so we won't truly know what the story is going to be until then. Unless, like, Heidi has already spilled beans on the Dark Sarah Facebook page and websites, which I haven't kept up with. I want to, like, try to go in blind with this story. But anyways, today I'm going to be reacting to this music video. I'm super excited for it. And yeah, but before we get into this, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And also, while you're down there, definitely give this video a thumbs up, because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below. And yeah, let's do this. Alright. It's a bit synthy. This is really interesting. It's very different from them. Like, the music video screams like an industrial metal band, but the song itself is not that. And one of the comments on this video said that this is like, if in this moment and Laibach had a baby, that this would be the music video for it. I don't see the in this moment bit aside from Heidi having blonde hair. But I definitely see like the Laibach side of things. Like, it's giving me a lot of like the Iron Sky music video vibes. Have they ever used growls and screams in any of their songs before? I think this is a first for them. This is definitely a fun song. It's such a weird song, but I love it. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. It was not at all what I was expecting it to be. Like, I was expecting like typical Dark Sarah type music where it's like really dramatic and theatrical, especially after hearing Melancholia. Like, Melancholia is very much that like very theatrical and dramatic and having that whimsical feel to it. But this here, this is weird. It very much suits them. It still very much feels like a Dark Sarah song, but it's weird. It is a weird one. It's definitely different. It's definitely fresh. I really do like the xylophone bits in there. Those bits are a really fun touch to the production. It kind of reminds me a bit of Little Men in a way by them. It has like this like almost like dancey, whimsical type of vibe to it, which the song very much has. I dig it. I dig it a lot. They're definitely playing with some new stuff, and I think that this is like their way of saying like, hey, we're trying out something new and different with this particular release and for telling the story, which is something that I definitely do think is probably why they're playing with something different with the sound, is because they're telling a new story. And so, because I mean, like, it's kind of like with Ex Libris' latest album, the album that they dropped last year, and a progressive metal trilogy. Like, each chapter had its own particular vibe. Like, chapter 1, Anne Boleyn, was very much like traditional progressive metal, and then chapter 2, Anastasia Romanova, was very like dramatic, theatrical, very Russian sounding symphonic metal. And then chapter 3, Anne Frank, had like a bit of like a doomy type of tone to it throughout a lot of the songs, and it's just like a blend of like kind of like a progressive symphonic doom metal type of sound to it. And like they all had their own particular vibes and everything, and I think that this is what they're trying to establish, is that now that they're telling a new story, they're going to take their sound in a bit of a different direction. It's still going to be true to who they are and the fact that they are the cinematic symphonic metal band, but they're going to approach it in a different way and tweak things and approach the production differently and the songwriting differently, just like Ex Libris did with a progressive metal trilogy, because like I mentioned, like each chapter had its own particular vibe, and although it remained true to whom Ex Libris were and how they are as a band and everything with their sound, it still very much experiments with different tones and having different vibes throughout the entire release to further convey that like this is a different story. And I think that's what Dark Sarah are trying to like bring forth with putting this particular song out as a single, because like I mentioned, Melancholia sounded very traditional, but this is very different. And I know I'm going on like such a really intense like rant on this, but it's just like I'm very passionate about music, okay? I love music, I love analyzing things. Let me do my thing. Let me be blown out by the lighting because the weather is ridiculous today, and just have my moment. But that was All Ears by Dark Sarah. What did you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. I thought that it was really good and really different and interesting, and I can't wait to hear more. I still got a little over a month to go before the album comes out, but until then, we are here with All Ears and Melancholia. So far, Melancholia is still my favorite between these two singles. And I'm super curious as to what else they have in store for this release. But if you guys are still in the comments below, don't forget to let me know as to what songs and videos I should react to next, and I'll be sure to get around to listening to those as soon as I possibly can. But until I see you guys in my next video, whenever the hell that may be, goodbye.